a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes. Top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, cause the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Come on.
Yeah, I want to floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Flex the road, sign a check for your hoes. Jigga style is love, X and O. Save all your accolades, just the dough. My game is wide, all lanes aside. Trying to stay alive, 100 down for the bracelet. Foolish ain't out, a chain to strain your eye. Twin platinum gun, son, aim for the sky. Ice on my bullet, you die soon as I pull it. Willies wanna rub shoulders, your money's too young. See me when it gets older, your bank account grow up. Mine's is 1000 older. Damn near out the rear trunk when I roll up. Multi till I close up, it's all basic. I've been spending hundreds since they had small faces. Rob your stash out, doubled out down in Vegas. Me and JD got it locked crazy. Where you at, haters?
Jaguar, switching 4 lanes. Top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, cause the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the thing. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Y'all wanna floss with us? Cause all across the board we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Cake thick, I live the life. Eating crab, watching 50 shake shit all night. I make the big move, do the big thing. Take small groups, turn them into big names. The big dog with the big change. Frostbit bracelet to match. Can't say I'm the shit, man. Type of nigga that you need to cruise. Type of dude that'll do shit you won't do. Can't do. Get more burned than a candle. Too hot to hold, too much to handle. In the black sea road, he know. If she look, she go. Bye-bye with Dada. And I ain't gotta say no more. I'm the truth like AI. Got the proof and stay fly. In the safest shit you can never buy. Know why? Cause I write the songs that the whole world sing. I don't know about y'all, but every night I swing. The Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing.
Yeah, I wanna floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Shit ain't for real till y'all ship a meal. And y'all hit a R&B chick and she fit the bill. Said she loved my necklace, started relaxing. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Get the licks. Bounce, world, bounce, 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 bounce. Check. Yo, I'm making short-term goals when the weather flows. Just put away the leathers and put ice on the gold. Chilly with enough bail money to free a big Willie. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly. Shopping sprees, copping threes. Dudes feed by IS's fully loaded. Yes, bouncing in the Lex Luger. Tire smoke like Buddha. 50 G's to the crap shooter. Players can't fade me. Chrome stocks beaming. Through my peripheral, I see you scheming. Stop dreaming, I leave your body steaming. Brothers is fiending, what's the meaning? I'm leaning on any player intervening with the sound of my money machining. My cup running over with hundreds. I'm one of the best players that done it. 6 digits and running, y'all brothers don't want it. I got the Godfather flow, the Don Juan, the Marco. Swear to God, don't get it twisted. State where I drop my slang. I'm deep in the south, kicking up top game. Bouncing on the highway, switching 4 lanes. screaming through the sunroof, money ain't a thing. You worst fear confirmed. Me and my fam roll tight like the firm. Getting down for life, right? You better learn. Why play with fire, you burn. We get together like a choir to acquire what we desire. We do dirt like worms, produce G's like sperm. Select spread like germs. I got extensive hoes with expensive clothes, and I sip fine wines and spit vintage flows. Yeah, I don't know. She can't knock the hustle. Punching the clock. My function is to make munch and lay back munching. Sipping Remy on the rock. My crew, something to watch, nothing to stop. Unstoppable, scheme on the ice. I gotta hot your crew. I gotta let you players know the time like my bottle. My motto, stack rocks like Colorado. Waddle up the champagne crystals by the bottle. It's a damn shame, but you're not though. Me, slick like a gato. Jay-Z, my pops knew exactly what he did when he made me. Try to get a nut and he got a nut in. What? Straight bananas, can a player see me? Got the US Open, advantage jigger. Served like Sampras, play fake rappers like a campus fatigue. Paul, you too eager, you ain't having it? Good, me either. Let's get together and make this whole world believe us, in my arraignment, screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment. Until we even, thieving, as long as I'm breathing. Can't knock the way you play it eating, you know?
Until the lady, I'm the one who's crazy. Cause that's the way you're making me feel. The way you make me feel. I'm just trying to get mine. I don't have the time to knock the hustle free.
There we go. All right, good morning, people. How we doing? Excuse me. Don't ask why my finger did that. I did something wrong there. There we go. All right, so not really sure what we're gonna do here today, as per usual. However, we'll figure something out here, right? This one is there we go. Cool. Darn it. I knew that was coming. You can feel it sometimes. Almost jacked that up too. And my brain died. I already played that part. My brain died on it. But yesterday, or not yesterday, day before, right? We mixed down a track, and I went back. I actually gave him a follow, and I'm not sure if I had butchered his name before, because I was looking, I was like, I really missed the letter there and called him something I shouldn't have. But he's in the stream yesterday, and I was talking about doing like a mixing console style emulation and stuff like that, and we got to a point where I was trying to get the drums, adding the effects on the drum bus and all that, and he was trying to tell me basically the chain for it, right? Because the way I was doing it, I had all the right stuff there, but basically wrong order. And I was like, I sat there for a minute. I was like, if you do the saturation before, and I was like, it's not, it's subtle, right? I think we agreed on that. It's subtle, but it didn't make that much of a difference where I would be like, I'm gonna do this before that, do it that way. And at the same time, there's no rules. If you wanna throw it on the end, you can. But after I finished all of that and whatever, got off, came back, I was still kind of ringing in my head. He was like, chain, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me just give it a try. So I just rearrange the chain, make sure everything is, when you arrange it, maybe the way it's coming in or hitting the compressor or the tape machine might not be as well, right, as you had it originally. So I go make the little adjustments and stuff like that, and I'm like, as everything is playing, I'm switching this and doing. I'm like, it does sound like it's a little softer. We definitely were talking about kind of the subtlety of it. And I was like, I don't know if I like that the drums just kind of got softer. So I was like, okay, hold on. Cause we were talking and I had mentioned, cause I don't own, right? Nor have I ever used any of the like physical hardware stuff, right? So I'm like, I remember the one video I was telling them that there was, some examples of using the tape machine before anything else went down. In the case with like the guitar, like a bass guitar or whatever. I went back and I'm like, okay, if that's the case, let me try this on everything else. So I take my electric piano, all of that. First thing in the chain, tape machine, right? Run it through the tape machine, then through the console, blah, 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 blah. And as I did this to like all of that, I was like, there was a certain, it got real silky. I'm gonna put it like that. It got real silky, and I was like, hold on a minute. I think he was cooking, right? So I'm like, okay. Now I've been talking about, doing it that way because I like the way it kind of holds everything together a lot better. And that little change took the whole holding it well together to like another level, right? It was just another level, and I'm like listening in my headphones, and I'm like, yo, it's almost, it's hard to put into words. It's hard to put into words. However, there is this kind of like, it felt separate but together. I hope that makes sense. It felt separate but together. Like I could hear everything better, but nothing was like it was still together. It was still like it was glued there, but in a way where like you couldn't really find, like you run your finger across something and you could just kind of feel where there's maybe like a cut that was made in like a few pieces of wood or something. Maybe it's like a rail or something like that. It wasn't, it just felt like one long piece. Put it like that. And I was like, yeah, so I went over to his page. He wasn't streaming or anything, but I gave him a follow and I typed in his chat. I was like, it finally clicked. It finally clicked. I did it, and like once I heard it, I was like, okay, so just doing that to the drums wasn't enough. It was everything else, and then it just, and I was like, yeah. So shout out to Wallethead for that, and that was definitely a level up. It was definitely a level up. So here's that track we finished. It definitely added like a level of, I'm gonna say softness, but really it's just smooth. It's just smooth. And then he made the reference to like painting. So I went and like started looking at, cause I never heard that word, and I was saying it wrong, right? I was saying gesso, it was gesso. And so I was like, I don't know anything about painting, so like that analogy just wasn't clicking. And I went, dug a little bit, and I was like, that's it, so it'll stick now. But you learn something new every day. Yeah, that right there that's nice. Like even going back and like playing some of the other stuff I did, like yes, it's clear, you can hear the stuff, but this This right here is like smooth. It almost feels like it got pushed back just a little bit. Like, I know I got the reverb on there, you know, that adds like depth and like dimension, but the tape machine kind of does that too. And I want to say that could be because the tape machine or the saturation, right, kind of acts as like a limiter, kind of, right? So as you're driving the signal, right, you're starting to push it to 0 or even past 0 in some cases, it kind of just stops, right? You'll just notice the signal kind of just caps out, right? And it makes sense. So, you know, peaks might be getting subtly chopped. You know, we talked about the distortion and all that. So I think while it does give more energy, there's kind of like a softer, like a smoothness, and it kind of makes sense now what the guy was saying about the guitar, right? Because sometimes guitars can be pretty harsh, especially when they're like distorted and stuff like that, and so running it through the tape machine first just kind of smooths it out, and it makes a lot of sense. I was like, okay, we're cooking now. But I did go back and I actually changed up the ending here and those couple of notes before it goes into the chorus. Each time I added those as well. So right here is where I added. It wasn't in originally when we mixed this down, but I went back and redid it, bounced everything out. I remember listening to it and I'm like, man, when it gets to the kind of like to the end, I wish there was just a little bit something extra there that's not found anywhere else in the song. And I just kind of started playing with it for a minute. I was like, okay, I got something I actually want to like lay down and record. I did that, and I think that brings just a little bit more to it towards the end, and then adding those notes leading into the chorus where the saxophone is playing. That was some feedback that I had received right after I shared it. It was just like it just feels like it comes in too fast, right? And it probably needs to, you know, start a little earlier. I was like, basically like add some notes leading into like the chorus part. They're like, yeah. So 3 notes, 2 notes, boom. I was like, okay, cool. And that was good too. So shout out to Howie for the feedback. Okay, so I don't know, man. What are we gonna do here? So another thing I'm gonna be working on is I got me a pedal, a sustain pedal. I know. It's not like, you know, the most unique thing, but I've never had one. And you know what's crazy? To sit here and have to play stuff and have to actually like literally try and hold it down as I'm playing. It's not bad. However, when you want to do something like every time I lift my fingers up, it goes away, right? Which is not cool. But, and I'm gonna have to get comfortable with this, I can actually let my hands go and it still rings, right? So it's easy for me to do something like see how that flows, and I can let my hand go and it's still ringing, so I could get back, right? But that's something that's a whole another part of my body, and I gotta get used to. So right, left, and then right. So adding this third part, it's gonna be a little different. See, that's the part, cause you can't hold it for too long. You gotta let go, like as you're doing it. So yeah, more practice, more practice with it. But I like it. It gives me just enough to where like I could play something, and then while it's holding, I could play some other notes, and it just feels like it's together. And so like even if I wanted to and come back, all right, um, this is what I needed, man. This is what I needed, like so badly. So I'm not using it today. That would be a whole tragedy. uh D minor, right? No, C minor. Then go here. So we'll keep it, we'll do seventh. Cause that's cool, but it feels like something's missing. I like that too. Sorry, I thought I had something there with the slide. Ooh, that was the wrong note, but that kind of sounds dope. I actually like that. So there's nothing wrong with this. Okay. So you guys can see all the notes there. So we're in G minor, the natural G minor, right? So there's a G minor, 6, 7. We add this, and then your 7 is going to be one note down, right, in the scale, which makes it C. And then another note down, right, and then here to our 4, and then to our 5, right? So I was playing that at first, and then I goofed. Or was it a goof? And instead of playing C in the bass, I played D. Which, if you look at this together, all right, so instead of having a F major chord, I now have a D minor chord, right? So it's just another color, and I actually like the D minor chord over the F major chord in this instance. It makes it it brings it down just enough, because this feels more of, even though it's a minor chord, it feels more like it's kind of lifting. And then this kind of brings it down. And then back up. So I like that. So that's pretty much how the bass is moving, and that's pretty dope. Now, do I want to play it exactly like that? I can play around for a second to see what else I could like come up with. I guess we could do that. I like that right there. Why can't I get it to work? But that's it's okay. So if I play like this in chords, I can skip having to play D up here. But to do this, right, I need 5 notes. So if I get here, it's only 4. Or right, you could just do it like that too. That works to do it at 4. But that way, definitely requires to add the note. I don't know why my hand keeps wanting to go to the sharp 7. I don't know why, but Stop doing that. That's not bad either. Yeah, we gotta work on that. That works. I don't know if I want that kind of rhythm to it though. That's not bad either. No, we have to stay there. So that works too. So we're kind of hanging on this note, right? And so I do move like this, but we come back as we do our D minor. Or, oops, maybe. Or we could just skip. I don't know why my finger keeps wanting to go here. It's so comfortable. I don't know if I like it that way on the. Yeah, I definitely like this note on the way down. We're gonna work on that because my pinky is not. It doesn't like me right now. Or, and then. See if we can do it like this. That even makes it worse. Nah, that makes it worse. We're not gonna do it like that. I swear, we'll get it. We'll get it, and I'll be like, aha. But for right now. See, because my pinky keeps going right here when I shift everything over, but I gotta leave a little extra room, like, you know, spread it just a little bit more so to hit here. But coming back is easy, so I just gotta move these three. I wonder if. That could work too instead of coming back down here. Yeah, I think I like that. Or we could do it like that. At this point, I'm just playing around. So even though we're kind of bouncing between these two, so basically our 1 and our 5, right? But just playing it lower. I kind of like that sound though, but not for this. That's what I'm trying to do. It's simple enough, but my body's not working with me. Really, all I got to do is just keep my finger on this note, and then. But because I go like this, and then trying to. Here, let's see something. See, this ain't good. So, it's getting a little better. And then just remember, we still have other chords that we could bring in. Nope. And then from here, we could like do something like that, just so you're not holding it. Oops. So we can hold this here, and then we can come in here. So we can end up doing something like that. That's kind of so we could turn this into I think that'll sound better. So we could take this from the harmonic minor. That's the only difference, right? So the harmonic minor, you take your seventh note and you sharpen it, which is gonna give you a a major chord instead of a minor chord. So and the reason why it sounds pretty good is you're playing in a major key, right? Your fifth is a major, but when you add that flat seven, you end up creating a dominant, which wants to go back to the one, right? So in this, and we're in a minor, we get to our five. It doesn't have it's not as there's not as much tension. It sounds good, it's not bad, it's just not as much tension. But when you right, it gives you tension. So the harmonic minor scale, because it sharpens your seventh, so it doesn't matter if you're in your doesn't matter what minor key you're in, right? Right, your seventh, always you raise it, right? And it just you could feel that pull. Right, so this, right, it's not bad, it sounds good. But right, so it kind of just brings that tension, and so now I'm just kind of thinking, and the way that I'm actually playing this now, like, right, once we get to right, so I could still and use this seventh, and then the second time around, instead of using this, we could use this. So let's see what we could do with that. Go ahead. That's my problem. We could do it like that. I'm just kind of bouncing between those two. But I like this better. It's got more of a okay. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of. Or we could just. So. Okay, then. Okay. Third time. I have the change. Or, sorry. Yeah, I think I like that better. I cannot lie, man. There's something. There's something with the way that feels. Like this is dope. This is dope. Right? And then but when I come back and I accidentally there's something with this that's a little more see that there's something can't put my finger on it. But both of them sound so clean. I want to use them both. And so see that right there is kind of got like a. Don't get me wrong, this isn't changing. It's just. I think I'm gonna stick with using D in the bass. That just sounds too clean. But yeah, I like it because it basically makes this kind of, because they're both the same note, right? It's just an octave up. It just kind of blends in a little too well, if that makes sense. But right, even when I'm doing that, right, this slightly just feels like it's being drowned out by this guy right here. But if there's a little more room for it, right? Okay, so we'll use that. So no. What did we do? What did we do? I forgot it that fast. Okay, so if we don't do it 3 times, then there's enough room to add this. Right? Sorry. Then we can. Or. Yeah, that kind of. Yeah. That sounded crazy. I don't know. That was crazy. Okay. Then so I like the way that sounds. Yo, Leonor in the building. Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing this morning, man? So I think we could do that. All right, start it slower, where I could at least kind of play it at least close to perfect. Let me make sure we turn this down from yesterday, because that was kind of wild. When I'm mixing, I expect to, have to turn up the buffer length and all that, but yeah, I had no idea once I put the like I removed everything out of the playlist and then I put in the wave files, which I like bounce everything out. And so what it did over here is it just took me like the section here where it's just like the audio clips and it wasn't showing everything. So to me, I thought because it wasn't here, I got rid of it already, and it turned out it didn't. And so all the plugins and things that I had open, the VSTs, and then on top of the effects, because I know these effects can be pretty hungry on resources, which is why I'm starting to bounce things out instead of just doing everything in one project. But yeah, once I started doing that, it's like, all right, that's normal. And I went to go like turn it up. Usually 1024 is solid. If I start getting clicks or pops or something, 1024 just kills all of that. And for mixing, that's fine. It's not like I'm trying to play anything or whatever. But because I wasn't aware that I hadn't deleted that stuff. It was giving me the problem that I was trying to avoid. So with this, I don't want to necessarily this melody. We don't necessarily have to use this piano. Either I got another piano, nicer. But we could maybe find another sound. Maybe have something more like synthy piano, but still synthy that I could use. Uh, that stuff I have to go through. I know this has got some pretty cool stuff that I could use. Yeah, pianos. I'll usually, I'll usually pull up Noir. It just sounds too good. It sounds too good. Um, I might stick with this one. Okay, so yeah, let's lay that one down. I think I like that tempo too. It's just enough. Now we can speed it up later, but that's about the tempo I could seem to play this at without potentially butchering it. So let's go for it. Two is cool. Okay, so we made it. And of course, let's deal with the raggedy plan in mind. Jeez. Wait, did I not? That's wild. I don't know how it didn't make it. Okay. Well, at least here I made it. This one I completely missed the note. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Okay. Now when I quantized it, I wanted to snap it to the grid. I could see myself losing the note and having to like slide it back. But no note at all. There was no note here. Alright, cool. Oh, see, again. There's no, I gotta work on that because that's my pinky finger there playing, which means I thought I pushed it and I did not push it. Shh. All right. Same thing here. Same thing. Whoa, missed this completely twice. I'm so sorry, people. You have to watch this ridiculousness. I'm so sorry. Nope. What are we doing here today? Can we talk about it? Oh, okay. So at least you were hiding. I felt a little bit better. There we go. And I know they're longer. We'll shorten that as well. But I'm trying to get this stuff sitting at a good spot. I don't know if it's completely possible to rid yourself of the latency issue while in the box. However, what I will say is one of these days. Okay, so this is silver. just want to make sure that can come over here. Somehow I knew it had to be there. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Be sure that goes here. And it's all over. So after hearing that, here's an idea. We can have short, long, short, and then long, right? Alright, so what we're gonna do is two things. We're gonna take this, all of these. I'm gonna change this to set the grid to 1.4. That sounds about right. Alright, cool. And then when we get right here, just because there's like a, right, got a little bit of a, I want to say it goes this way. I could be wrong. Okay, I think it's more this way. Oh, that's why. I was like, wait a minute, what? This is not where it needs to be. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, and I butchered this. Just a little bit more. A little more space. Hold on. So closer, right? So something like this. There we go. All right. So let's have that play. Turn it down a bit. Where is it? Okay, let's turn this off. But let's take this. I kind of that's one of those happy mistakes, because in my mind I wanted to, or like somewhere down here, right? Or something, right? But I like that. We can maybe use that. I could take that. So notes not in the scale, however, for the purpose of the slide, it sounds better. I like that. I kind of like that too. I see. So maybe messed up. We messed up. Okay. I just wanna get the mess that up right there. Yeah, that. I like that right there. I thought I could add a couple more, or just keep it with those three. So, and then end it like that. What I did this last time was, and it didn't sound right. I can't. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It just didn't sound right after playing the other thing, so maybe we just keep it like that. Oop. I like that. So let's add it. But because it comes before the first chord that's gonna hit, I'm gonna have to start here. Play all of that and then towards the end, but I almost don't like that. So may find ourselves in a position where this is gonna have to start before the rest of it, just so I can keep. Or I can still play like that, right? And then we'll just have to cut it. We'll cut it. That sounds like a good idea too. So, all right, here we go. You know what? We might have to do it the way I said it, but we can still cut it. That makes sense because I still want to get that slide in. Whoops. This isn't gonna allow me to do that, right? I can get, and then it goes back to this. I don't know. Maybe that's not as bad as I'm making it out. But let's say I don't like it, then yeah, we'll switch it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so that's a slide. Slides. This, not slide. Okay. Boom. And then, of course, that comes to here, and yeah, I don't think it needs to have that. The second time around, that's cool. I'm fine with that. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. Okay, what we're gonna do is take it to 1/6. Okay, whoops, and you're just gonna slide your main note, right? Not the note we're trying to slide from, but the note we're trying to slide to. We're gonna move it over 2 spaces, and then we're gonna bring this here because it's just really quick, right? We're not trying to stay on it. So really quickly, just to kind of pass the baton, done, right? Right, that's all we need. Okay, so same's gonna go for these. Boom. Right. 2 spaces is right. If you feel like maybe, maybe need a little less than 2 spaces, I would hit none, just because 1/6 is about as small as you're gonna get it. So then hit none, and then slide it. But unfortunately, we don't have 116, we don't have 132, we don't have 164. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Here, let's do that. And we don't want these crossing over. This is fine because there's nothing, literally nothing after it. Here, get rid of that right at this line when it stop, and that should do it. For here. Let me see. That's fine. So together, the note doesn't get to breathe. You're not letting go, right? There's no pause in it. So that's kind of hard to do that and slide, right? So giving it just enough space to where there is that pause. Boom. That's all we're looking for. Everything else can stay the way that it is, and we should be done with that. Some of these aren't as loud as I would hope for them to be. Okay. That's fine. See how that doesn't sound right? It doesn't sound right, but my brain is hearing the notes, and it could just be the sound, right? Because they're sample based. They recorded just maybe that way they recorded the note. It sounds terrible. That Greg from State Farm, he sounds hideous. Let's see. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Hold on. No, not even. It sounds like it should be this note, but the way this note comes out, it sounds terrible. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I hate it. I hate it. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What I wanted to do was see something. I think I like the octave lower, but there's more separation like this. Also, might sound bad right now, but hold on. Play it again. Like that. So right here, not that it's bad, but there's some stuff in here that's bad. And if we just turn that down a little bit, I think it'll, yeah. It still seems like that's the problem area, right? Well, a little lower. Yeah. See, I like this better right here. But depending on what other sounds I want to add, we'll do that in due time. But I wanted to make sure, like, I wanted to make sure. Okay, let's turn this back up. Why does that sound like that? I guess we can still use that. So I think I don't know if I want to use this exact bass sound, but just getting a melody here. That wouldn't work, but would it? I don't think so. From what I just heard, I don't think so. So cause then that creates kind of like a sus thing, and that doesn't really work for this. I messed it up. But that extra note in there kind of sounds a little. It kind of makes it sound a little different. I may or may not do it that way, but it. Yeah, I mean, we could try it. Probably want the synth though. It's probably not the right thing to use there. Yeah, I like the extra note. Is it this though? I don't know. So, go straight to the library itself. Let's see. drums for right now. I like it, but I'm definitely hearing there's something with the way those strings are. I quite don't like. But something about it sounds really nice. It's just those strings in it, like. But I get it. It's a certain type of bass. Definitely not meant for this. But we have other options, right? I've been trying not to use the. Let's try this one. Oh, it's like super loud. So when it gets to the end there, instead of going down, I could go up. Ah. Ah. There we go. I don't know. I don't know. Why is it cutting off? I don't like that. Okay, so what if we just choose something like that. Yo, Fly in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, man. How you doing this morning? I'm trying to figure this bass out, man. That's it. That's all. I'm trying to. I think doing this in the mornings is helping a lot better. A lot more just because it's the first thing, right? You know, you kind of like wake up and you're like thinking about stuff throughout the day, and then by the time you like get home or whatever, you're just like, all that's gone, it's lost, right? And you're like, what was that I was thinking about earlier? I was like, and like you completely lose it. So getting up first thing in the morning, nothing going on, there's no favors, there's no nothing, all right? Clear mind. Let's come here and see what we can do. So, all right. So again, all right. About to show y'all something. So here it is. We're in G minor, right? Now, I could, because G minor is the first chord, right? So I could just play G, right? We can come down to F, right? That works, right? And the first note of each chord I could follow, right? But what was I saying before? Sometimes you could play a bass note and the chord that follows doesn't start with the same note as the bass player, right? This is also creating space, right, for different instruments. So what's kind of cool is a lot of times bass players, when they're playing, let's say our first chord is G minor, right? So that first note is G. So instead of playing the root note, they'll play the fifth, right? So, right? Okay, sounds nice, right? Because the 1 and the 5 is always gonna, right? You're always gonna have that perfect fifth is nice. So, what I'm doing and how it's kind of working out here, start on the 5, then the 7, then the 1, right? So, taking that technique, right? And then to add a little bit more, right? Take the 4, right? So and that right there is kind of like the secret sauce, right? the bass players will usually play on the 5 just because it's not playing on the 1, right? So they kind of got their own space. Kind of like I had a coworker, and he used to play brass. And he's like, whatever the note is, we're like usually a note under, right? And it's like, and it's like, I guess, I don't know, maybe the way it was tuning, maybe they're just kind of stepping up into it or whatever, but they tend to do stuff like that, right? And then just taking those techniques and like, can I apply this when I'm playing on my keyboard? Because I don't have a bass guitar, right? And sure enough, you can pull it off. It just takes some getting used to. So you end up playing something like, and then what ends up getting crazy about that is if you look at it, I think it's like this, right? So if you look at this, which will be this note here, this note here, this note here, right? So we take our fingers off of that. If you're looking at this, sounds dope, doesn't it? So what is this? 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Recognize it? No? Here, let's try this. Hold on, okay, so here we go. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 5, here's 6. What is that? It's a major pentatonic scale, right? But if you take the last note in it and push it down an octave, now you get the minor pentatonic. So all the notes I'm playing are following this minor pentatonic scale. right? So again, it's so crucial to learn this stuff because it makes it fun. You don't think as much, right? But even not knowing that, if you just stick with that, and you just stick to that 5-to-1 movement, it still sounds really good, and then you'll fill out the other notes. The way I like to look at it, here's your 1, that's your 5, right? And then look at the 5, and what is the 5 of that, right? And you can keep doing this till you like fill it out, and you're still gonna get the same notes, man. Just telling you. So it's something, man. Yo, the Dark Queen in the building. Got your DM in Discord, and I appreciate it. Took some, we did some work on it. Monday, we got the mix down and all that. And I feel like it was really solid. Like my first really solid track since I started going down this path, this road. And I'm like, I think this is probably the first one where I could like maybe picture that in and it's not to say the other ones can't go somewhere, but I'm like, I feel like that one could probably be like a hit maker. And I was like, all right, cool. Now we just gotta keep it up. Okay, so I don't know if that works though, but I'm trying to. So something like that, right? And I'm trying to get it. I guess it doesn't matter because it's the bass, right? And it's kind of like creating a groove. I just don't want it to be the same rhythm or notes the entire way through, right? A few times, okay, cool. But we do have some parts where it kind of changes up, right? And I want to kind of follow that. So instead of going down, I wanted to go up. But going from there to there, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, because it doesn't work. maybe not. Maybe I just have to just go down. However, I do like it. We'll figure something out. There's probably another way to bridge that so it doesn't sound so bad. I mean, that's not bad either, but I feel like it's maybe that wouldn't be the best route to go through. We'll figure something out with it. Okay, so I like the sound of this. We can get rid of this for right now. I like the sound of this. Boom, boom. So we could have this run, right? And it's gonna sound crazy, right? Just gotta let it play, right? And you're like, nah, that don't sound right. Actually, right? Long as you find the texture, the characteristics you want, the rest of this is easy peasy. So come in here, and this is where you're gonna start manipulating things. So if I've said it a million times, I'm gonna say it a million times more. All right. So we can create our own patterns here, and I'm just these solid lines that are going across here, I'm just using those as guides, right? If you feel like you want a little more or a little less, go for it. However, right, what I'm gonna do is every other note I'm gonna bring down to this line. Show y'all something here. All right, so now what you have effectively is a 1-2 count, right? So oh, did I butcher that? Probably did. Nope, it's still perfect. Okay, now we got something with some rhythm, right? And I might keep it like this. So I actually like the way that's moving right now, and it's just so I like this, right? And you could leave it like this. However, let's go in here. If you go further, we're gonna make a 4 count, right? So 1, 2. We're gonna take this out here to this line. So 1 line, 2 lines, and then 3 is where this sits up here, right? So if we play it back, right, you get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on a bigger scale, what you did, didn't we? All right, cool. Go back, put this up here, 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 here. All right, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and right. So you have this 4 count, and then if you want to go further, while you're counting this, you can start to kind of manipulate things a little bit more, and you can start to change it. So, right, so you can kind of put your own spin on some of this. So people are like, did you use a drum loop or something? No. You tell them no, right? So I think I like this better. So let's remove this, and then I could at least take what I was trying to do. At least take this and move it over, so we have 2 bars of that. And then we can go here and kind of add the triplets, right? So let's start here somewhere. Might have to push that in a little bit more, so sorry. Alright, and then what I'm gonna do is we'll make that first one, and we'll right? Nice. Let's take this out. Let's make sure I got it all the way over. Okay, we're good. So let's play it back. So right here, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Yeah, we could. So here we could. Let's just do something crazy here, right? Do we mind? Oh, that's too crazy. All right. I think this is in the right spot. I think maybe where we have. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is just run it up like this. Bring it down just a little bit more. See? Not bad, right? And then you're like, okay, so I got this, and then what? So, drummer's not just gonna play like that, right? You gotta also either you can add another closed hat, right? Sometimes, you know. So, you can dress that up by putting in the second one. Start it back. So maybe like somewhere right here. That's probably not the best sounding one. We could just go and try and find something. Just use that one. See how that works. Can we try this? Probably just not as loud, and that's fine. Let's put this right here for right now, and then let's see. So maybe not this one. Again, these are just some different ways you can go about it. we had on like 18, right? Let's lower it to about 21 so it blends in. Okay, so you could do something like that just to add some variation, because sometimes when they accent things, there's actually a completely different sound than the one you hear constantly, right? Oh shoot. Let's see. But you can also come in here and we can start to add some other things, right? Right, so whenever we go to add something like this, just remember when that symbol is closed, right? We get more of this, right? Kind of like a pointy, pokey kind of sound. But once it opens, you kind of get this more open, elongated kind of thing, right? So or you can have it come in sooner, however you would like. Do you have to do this? No, we could actually put this here and have it do something, right? You don't necessarily have to do it. In this case, I actually want to do that, so let's delete that. But what I'm going to do is put it early. Let's go in here, just because the way that I have this, I want to make sure that okay, cool. So when this opens, this has to stop, right? The close stops, makes room, then it repeats. Listen to it. So from about here when it starts to here, basically as long as the sound goes, and then it stops, right? So we're just gonna delete those two notes. Yeah, I know. We butchered it. It's okay. Okay. Now this might not say the same like that. I might even stretch this even longer just so I can create an ending for the second half of it that's different than this. But for right now, we'll leave it where it's at. And then you do have other type of symbols, right? That you can use. I kinda like that sound too. Sorry, wrong. So either here or here, like this one. So it kind of gives a different timing. Right? So it's predictable, but not in the way that you think it is, right? So does it have to be this close together? No. If we're being honest, no. But you could also even experiment with who we are, right? Got nothing? Nothing? Oh, 'cause it's not over. Shh, we don't talk about that. Alright, so whenever you're playing things, drums, whatever, it doesn't sound like it's, you know, or you're trying to get like another pitch out of it, just remember the scale you're using, right? Any of those, right? Right, it play around with it, you have fun, right? Or what we could do here is actually bring this up to here and then bring this one down. I don't know, kind of how I'm feeling. I don't know, right? So let's like this one right here. Yeah. And again, this would be one of those things where like you'll probably just want to put it here and just let it ride till it gets back to the beginning. But for the sake of us trying to build this pattern right now, let's take this and back. Sometimes when I get sounds, if they're already panned, I will center it. I like to wait to the end to do the panning, right? Because sometimes that can be a little misleading when you're trying to, you know, set volume levels and you're listening to it. Just because you hear it on the right side, you might be more prone to lowering that more or raising it up more. I just like to keep things centered here, everything left, right, balanced, and then once everything is fixed, then I'll start separating things and placing things where I want them to and how far I want them to. But a lot of times, like the way that was, I don't think that was like a 15%. Alright, that's like a 15%. Well, what just happened there earlier, it kind of looked a little crazy, right? So, okay. I think that's okay. Now, here's the exception. When you're dealing with the ride cymbals, a lot of the times, like, I'll keep my hats somewhere around here. Sounds really good, really balanced. But when you're dealing with the ride cymbals, you can actually get away with somewhere over here, right? It's just not as, what I want to say, as bright, right? Or as harsh sounding. So you can actually turn that up. And a lot of cymbals that I've dealt with are somewhere more in the mid-range of things versus being at the super high end when you go to like EQ and stuff. So I wonder if okay, so when we go to extend this, I can probably play with the pitches a little more so that it's a little different, right? Because of course they're playing and they go to reach maybe not always the same spot, right? Probably close, but something where it's just a little more different sounding as you're listening to it to your ear. So let's see. Got snares here. I like the way that sounds. I went to the wrong thing, didn't I? Sure did. Alright, let's see. Do this down a little bit. That kind of has like a nice so I like this because it seems more upper range, right? And then this has kind of more the almost like bottom end, or that could be backwards. Either way, they complement one another. Okay, probably turn this down just a little more too. It just kind of fills it in, right? By itself. And then with. Don't hate me. Can't do it. I can't do it. That's me actually clicking my mouse instead of using the arrow key. Alright. So, you definitely know we're gonna have Oh, I didn't even move the whole thing. Okay, the faster it gets, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Too much swing, right? No, this. My bad. Here it goes. Sorry. I don't know why I keep messing that up. sometimes you just need a little swing, change your whole attitude, right? The reason why it keeps cutting off when I try and hit this note is because that note's already playing. It's the same sound. However, we can always change the sound and then melody, right? We've got an idea. This is supposed to be what, the bass? Oh no, that's the... I would leave that for the chorus. But maybe that could blend in, right? Another sound or something like that. But I definitely want this to stay in the chorus. There's too many options right here. All right, so okay, could start to branch this out just a little bit. Just get rid of that. Let this play. Hold on. Alright. Just seen your message. Yes, add it to the list. That is why I sent it. Next week I should have things ready where we'll start uploading these. I feel like we're getting there. A few more tweaks on the older stuff. I just learned something new the other day, so it's gonna make me run back and make some changes. I don't have to do like the whole mix over anything. I just gotta change my chain on a couple of things, and yeah, we're ready to go at that point. Ah. Let's go. All right. Let's get that in. I think I'll feel better. All right, here we go. Kind of messed up. Darn it, not again. Come on. No, come on, man. Ah. We got this. We got this. Darn it. I hate this. I know I butchered somewhere in there. Well, the latency thing is gonna mess it up anyway once I do this. So, hey, just blame it on the quantize, right? Shh. That's a slide. Slide. mistake. I want to say where I messed up right here. Okay, this has, right, this is a slight little, not, right, so we'll have to adjust this accordingly, but everything else is pretty much where it should be. Just a couple of things that we need to take care of. So again, want to get that slide, put it on 1/6, make sure they just barely cross. Right, and then of course this we can back off, so right, so we can get that that sound from the string. I could probably because I know we got the swing going, I could probably move this just a little closer so it also has that swing in with it too, which I could, I mean, it does kind of already sound, well, maybe because no, because it would still do it since it's on the pattern. But that's okay. Yeah, I'll fix it later. Okay. One thing at a time, right? So this one went way longer. Got you. Same thing with that. Fix that. We need a different yeah, and that part we need to fix as well. And then this is 1/4. One more. Okay, so something like this. pretty dope. Has it really been 3 hours? What? I think I'll say let's leave it like this for now. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it later. See what we're able to add to it. I think we got pretty much the foundation. If there's anything, it's just little. Something like that. We'll get it in there. Let's see, export. Yeah, I have to come back. Let the idea refresh itself and see what we get, but sorry. So, I hope in all of this, right? Maybe you learned something new here today. And yeah. So, it makes it easier, it makes it more fun when you're aware of where you are, right? So, if you start with the scale, it makes things kind of easier. You kind of know where you're moving. You know what notes are available to you. Do you have to stay there? No, right? So, right? This note's not in the scale, but we definitely used it, right? But it kind of makes you aware of what you could do. I mean, we got so many options that we could do and play with from there, but it kind of gets things going, gets it started. It makes it to where you could figure out some stuff like this. Once you kind of figure out the melody, right? Let's see if we can get it down here, right? Once you figure that out, then you can start kind of playing with the rhythm, with the cadence, right? How are you gonna do it? Once you get that, then you're off to the races, right? So that's how we started. As we worked and built up the stuff, and we started to add some swing, we got some nice swing in here. So, so now we got right? And so now we got something unlocked that we didn't even know we wanted at first. And we're good to go. So this has been fun. It's got like a nice little groove to it, and like I said later, I'll try and see what else I can get. It's just little things, right? I know I got some different effects and things like that. Right? We could just kind of go in here and kind of fill in some places, stuff like that. Right? We can make this sound real good. But I think we got pretty much the majority of it. I'll find another sound for that one melody that we were playing. Right? Get another melody to do that. Something that'll kind of complement the bass. I think the bass is solid where it's at. However, I could probably try and see where I could maybe insert something or play if it's gonna be those same notes. Right, if it's gonna be those same notes, maybe I can play them a little differently, slower, maybe faster, whatever, right? But something to where there's nothing wrong with kind of being in the zone, but I would like to, even if it's just in, one part like halfway through a section and then another part halfway through another section, just so that there's something there, so you're not just hearing the same. Right? So even I introduced this note. So like I said, pretty much when you start kind of getting into it and like learning more, are we higher? Okay. As you get into it more, when it comes to guitars, especially bass, they like to play off the 5 first to start, and then into the 1. Then you can take that 5, right? You'll start to kind of fill out the notes that you have available to you, and getting this right. And as we start moving these notes down, starts looking like what I played. Right? So essentially running a pentatonic minor scale with your guitar, you should try it. But that's pretty much kind of how they play. It's like technique, right? It's like whatever you're playing, I'm kind of playing off of you. So where you would right? So I don't know, that wouldn't sound right, but right? So where you can kind of play that and make a melody out of that little scale, right? Take one note, bring it to the bottom. Again, that's how I came up with that, right? Not that I made that, right? But that's how I came up with the minor pentatonic scale. You can remember the major, stick your 6th note and drop it to the bottom. This shape is your minor pentatonic, right? So we're in A minor, then we skip the 2nd, we play the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 7th, right? instead of the first, the second, the third, the fifth, and the sixth. Okay, that's it. And you'll find out there's a lot of melodies out there that are built on these two scales by themselves. Right? You can't unhear it. You can't unhear it now, alright? So experiment with that. Again, that's something that as I was learning the techniques, right, as far as like bass players and stuff go, because I was trying to get things to sound more realistic or more authentic. That was one of the things that I learned, and for me, it's been a game changer. So I can now sit down and kind of compose something that sounds a little good. Now, can I go crazy and all that? No, I'm not fast yet. All right, now maybe once I'm able to pick up speed, we can look into some of that other stuff. But just simply put, right? Just a nice bass line that's got like a nice little groove going on to it. That's it right there. That's it. So and I guess before I get out of here, I'll show it. Okay, so if you want to learn your 2-5-1s in all 12 keys, this is all you do. So we're gonna start here in the key of C major. I think you guys are familiar with that sound, right? We're gonna start on the 2, the 5, the 1. We're gonna take 2, 5, 1 through all the keys. So you're gonna play your D minor 7, okay, from this position, right, from your 2, from your minor 2. What you're gonna do, take your third note, take your third finger, down, whole step, take your fourth finger, or in this case it would be your fifth, right, your pinky, take it down a half step, and then play the 5 in the bass, okay? Now, your first two notes, same pattern. So, the first note, whole step. Your second note, half step. And you're going to play your 1. Right? So. And then the last part to that basically is take your second and your fourth note. So, in this case, take your second and your fifth finger, and you're going to move it down a half step. And now you're in, this is C minor 7, we're in the key of B flat major, and you just played the 2, and then you're going to follow the same pattern, rinse and repeat. So whole step, half step, you're going to play the F, right? Whole step, half step, okay? And then you're gonna shift your second and fourth notes down a half step. And it just repeats. Takes some getting used to, but once you got it, you got it. We're back to C major, right? But that's not it. You start on D flat, or C sharp. You're gonna make a minor. My bad. You're gonna make a minor, because that's gonna be the 2 of B major. Here's your 5. Your 1 is B major. 7. Shift the half step. Now you're in A major, right? Shift it. That was for G major. That was for F major. That's for E flat major, right? That's for D flat major. And then we're back to B major. Right? So it takes 2, you start here on D minor 7, and then you're gonna then you go in here into your I guess let's see. No, because in yeah, I guess this would be your E flat. So no, because we'd be skipping over this. So this would be your C sharp. Yeah. Okay. Sorry if I got it confused. I don't really play in B major like that. I've been playing mostly in like minor keys. So I've been in like G minor, F minor, pretty much all the minors I got covered. E minor, C minor. I've been in E flat minor. Like I've pretty much been through the minors. But the good thing is, from any minor scale that you're playing, if you go up to the third degree, right, the third note, play all of the same notes that are in the minor scale, you're going to get the relative major. In this case, your C minor is the relative minor to E flat major. So, if you want to do some cool stuff, you could play things in a minor key, and then while that stuff's playing, you can play the major, the relative major, right? And it's got this contrast to it that it sounds pretty moody. It's not giving you happy, but it's not giving you sad, right? It's just like this blend, and so it's just more emotional. But that's something you could try, right? So, right, you got your C major, you're in a major key, you either go down to your 6, right? But your 6th degree, that's your Aeolian mode, that is your natural minor. You start from the 6th and play all the same notes. You're gonna get the relative minor, right? So you could be playing something. So notice my bass is starting here and I'm walking down, right? I want to play in the minor, but you could also play in the major, and since they all share the same notes, the relative minor, relative major, right? You don't even notice it, right? However, where you start kind of determines the mood, right? Right, and so you can get something that sounds more like an emotional instead of something that's leaning more on the happy side, or something that leans more on like the sad side, right? So mixing major and minor has always been that kind of thing, right? So you can play around with that. But yeah, there's a thing for 251. Experiment with your relative minor, your relative major. So if you're making a progression and it's in a minor key, like we were just talking about, right? You could start on minor, but maybe the melody that you're going to introduce can start on, hold on, what am I looking for? Let's start on the major. Right? Makes a nice difference if you could do that. So you never know what you'll get. Okay, let me get out of here. Yes, we want to save this. All right, I'm gonna let this play out. Wednesday, we'll mix this down minus the vocals, but this beat is done, and I'm ready ready to mix it down. So appreciate everyone for stopping by. Remember, stay patient, remain diligent, and as always, be majestic. If you can develop the skills to keep calm and carry on, you too can achieve greatness. And with that, I'm out. Peace.
Money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a
Put
thing.
it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bank. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Come on.
Yeah, I want floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pivot, turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Flex the road, sign a check for your hoes. Jigga style is love, X and O. Save all your accolades, just the dough. My game is wide, all lanes aside. Trying to stay alive, 100 down for the bracelet. Foolish ain't I, the chain to strain your eye. Twin platinum gun, son, aim for the sky. Ice on my bullet, you die soon as I pull it. Willies wanna rub shoulders, your money's too young. See me when it gets older, your bank account grow up. Mine's is 1000 older. Damn near out the rear trunk when I roll up. Moti till I close up, it's all basic. I've been spending hundreds since they had small faces. Rob your stash out, doubled out down in Vegas. Me and JD got it locked crazy. Where you at, haters?
Jaguar switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a
Put
thing.
it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the thing. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Y'all wanna floss with us? Cause all across the board we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Cake thick, I live the life. Eating crab, watching 50 shake shit all night. I make the big move, do the big thing. Take small groups, turn them into big names. The big dog with the big change. Frostbit bracelet, the match. Can't say I'm the shit, man. Type of nigga that you need cruise. Type of dude that'll do shit you won't do. Can't do, get more burned than a candle. Too hot to hold, too much to handle. In the black sea low, he know. If she look, she go. Bye-bye with Dada, and I ain't gotta say no more. I'm the truth like AI. Got the proof and stay fly. In the safest shit you could never buy. Know why? Cause I write the songs that the whole world sing. I don't know about y'all, but every night I swing. The Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a
Put
thing.
it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the vein. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing.
Yeah, I want floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a
Y'all, shit
thing.
ain't for real till y'all ship a meal. Till y'all hit a R&B chick and she fit the bill. Said she loved my necklace, started relaxing. And that's what the fuck I call a chain reaction. Went from wholesome to jigger, you owe some. Baby, I don't play, all my jewelry is light gray. Platinum, spend your whole life in a day. What's down is a bet, roll the dice.
Let's play. So what you ain't golden, rock a rollie with my ice bezel. It's gonna take a lot more to see my level. Where I'm at, your check, you better double that. And person for your raps is where the trouble at. I'm a Benz bubble cat, leather with the wood grain and the platinum frame. Screaming, it's not a game. Gleaming from ear to ear, wrist to wrist, ringing chain. Even me and Jay-Z got it locked crazy. Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Nigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a
Put it
thing.
down hard for my dogs that's locked in the vein. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing.
Yeah, I want floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a